Hello guys and welcome to another Ron Gamer video. So we are here on a Monday, and as Dev's promised us, there was going to be a unique event to get us two relics which are very rare to the game, namely Wild Arrows and Forest Bow, and these are now available in the event TRUESHOT, which is probably already begun a few hours from the time of this video would have gone up. So this is a solo event, and you have an opportunity to pick up these two relics, the maximum being the wild arrows available at 13,000 souls, and I'll come to where the forest was available. Now you can use any 4-star ranger titan for your boost for this event, and you know that's actually quite nice that they do this, because it gives a lot of people an opportunity to use any titan they really want. Now, also I would add that because because this is an event where you're getting 12 souls per battle, if you're not using any boost, you could also use I think or someone said that you can use the Minotaur's ring, and I believe that is giving 12 souls as well. I'll have to confirm that, but so consider the titan that you're going to be using. If you're working on a Minotaur, maybe you can use him for this particular grind. Um, Now, me myself, I began my grinding using Artemis, and I have then since moved on because I maxed her out to 60, which didn't take me too long, because she was at about 15 and a half, and now I'm at 60. Now I'm currently grinding with Zeus, which I actually think is probably the best Titan to use for this event for grinding if you haven't got one of yours maxed out, because Storm Maidens make quick work for the PP lands, which so hopefully you'll do that. So now this event, the key things really to pick up is, of course, if you're not doing this event, you can obviously pick up a fair few portal stones as well as iron tokens. Now the real meat of this event really does begin probably, I would say, at 6,000 souls, where you can pick up the ancient cross, which is the first relic you see. This relic probably featured when we saw Cerberus for the first time. I may be wrong, but this is a pretty decent relic, because it's very similar to another relic, if I can remember its name. It also looks like a bow. If I remember, I'll let you know. But this one will really amplify the damage of your archers by a fair bit. So pretty good relic, solid relic, especially good for Cerberus. Any Titan that really boosts your archers, even Dionysus could make use of that, because you also get archers critical. So if you're trying to build a crit build for your archers, that's a quite good relic as well. Now, moving on, you get a Heartseeker. I think we have been thrown this relic into our face many times. It also gives you archers damage. So this is a predominantly, I would think, a Toland relic, because Toland is an archer, so you might consider using it for him. But probably in today's meta, not the greatest relic to really have, and I wouldn't probably value this at 8,000 souls. Probably value it at 6,000 and swap the other one for this place. But anywho, Titan Soul at 9,000, appreciated. So pick up a lot of Titan XP, and here's probably the first most important relic of this event, the Forest Bow. Now, Forest Bow, apart from the first two skills on there, which are not really going to be useful, which is damage boost for Ranger Titan and Titan Armor, not really super important. But what is very helpful is the final one, which is Imperial's resist to ranged. I think it's 24% or 36%, not really sure, but this the percentages really help when you're trying to build a solid defender. Now we all know that Storm Maidens make really quick quickly deal out a lot of damage to these Imperials. So if you run this along with a 100% lightning resist build, probably on your Avalos, or maybe if you now you manage to do that on the new Atlas out there, you could stand a good chance of actually beating out an attacker that's coming in with lightning. So a good one for that. Now the other relic, which is priced higher than this, which understandably so, is the Wild Arrows, a very old relic, probably only featured for the second or the third time ever in the game. This relic offers spearman resist against melee. Now this is a fantastic relic. We've already seen a lot of relics come out which are specifically giving resistances to particular troops, and more so we have seen those coming out for spearmen. The spearhead relic, which was quite a fantastic one, which gave spearmen health, spearmen armor, as well as 16% resistance to spearmen against all elements. Now this one here offers resistance to melee. Now the reason this relic is so wanted and is really helpful is because we all know that Minotaur, although being a great defender with his really buffed spearmen, which also spend the Omega ones, especially spawning onto the attacker's ranged troops, but the biggest enemy at the moment, apart from it being the new Atlas, is Artemis. Now Artemis, Panthers, if they are fairly high level, let's say 24, 25, even with 100% poison resist, high health, high armor, Minotaur Spearman build, they can still get through. Yes, they will suffer high losses even with 100% physical resist, and it will take them a fairly long time to actually beat the defense, but the defenses become beatable. The Minotaur defense becomes beatable. But with the Wild Arrows, you pick up the extra resistance that you get for the Spearmen. Now they work on the base stats, and so well, you are cutting down a lot more of the damage that gets through the 10% that the max resists are unable to block. So very good relic. I would definitely recommend grinding to get this. So my personal goals, I am going to be finishing this event. Unlike the Atlas one, I will be getting this one. I do want those relics at the end, and we've been doing this for a while. Now my strategy will be, because it's 13,000 souls, which is actually markedly a little bit more than normal for these weekday events, short events. Normally you see them at 12,000 souls, but this is 13,000 souls. But the devs really know that a lot of people are going to be pushing for the final relic, so I do expect a fair contribution. Now, one thing which I will say, which I do like about this event, is that we see a lot of portal stones. There is 175 portal stones at 5,500. It's probably one of the most we've seen in an event. There might have been one with 200 portal stones, but this is absolutely great. So, I'm not sure how many souls you can get from that, but of course you can do the math. But that is a good thing to see. I think we also see 150 souls at 2,500. So at every couple of thousand souls, maybe thereabouts, you are giving out more portal stones. So if you spread out your grind, there's a chance you could do it fairly, by not splurging all your tokens. Now, personally for myself, I do have 27 tokens which I have saved up over the course of the weeks, which I have not been playing as well. And so what I will be doing is I'll be targeting to do, because it's a 2-day event, I want to be done with about 5 to 6,000 souls today, and then I can do the remainder tomorrow. So I would encourage, if you're not really pressed for time on any one of the 2 days for this event and you want to finish the event, then spread out your souls rather than doing them all in one go. It's also it's also a good idea to always have your portal stones regenerating. This at the moment you can see I've got 5 and they are continuously increasing. So you don't want, if you want to do this economically, then you don't want to leave your portal stones not hitting, well, you don't want your portal stones hitting the max capacity. So whatever that means, maybe 24 for you, 26, 28, 30, whatever it is, you don't want it to hit max at any particular time. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Now coming up towards the end of the week is likely to be Chronos, but we will be having the devs live stream on Wednesday, and we should get more information then about it. But hopefully you're all in a alliance, in a decent alliance this week, especially if you haven't got yourself a Chronos before this. It's a great item to have. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I will catch you all in another video.